Hello and welcome to Gunners Daily YouTube channel, where I'm covering all the latest Arsenal news and everything that is happening around the club. Tough game last night, tough one to take. 77. We had 77 touches in our opponent's box last night. Premier League record. No one in the history of the Premier League managed to have so many touches in the opponent's box without scoring a goal. 77. Don't even know what to think about that. I mean, we should be proud after hearing that. But what's the point in all those touches if you can't score a single goal? It's a great stat to hear, but when we look at it realistically, it is devastating that after so many opportunities, we still did not manage to score a goal. West Ham made 2 shots and they scored 2 goals. Simple as that. I have a feeling that we could have played for another 2 hours yesterday and we still wouldn't score a single goal. Pass, through ball, quick dribble, bam. Now you're inside their box, what now? Pass it back in circle, rinse and repeat. 90 minutes of that, and 15 shots from terrible angles and positions that West Ham blocked. Easily. And what pisses me even more is that I will now have to read about the West Ham's brilliant tactical masterclass, when in reality they fall behind the ball for the whole game. They were completely outplayed, their first goal should have been disallowed, and we, Arsenal, should have had 2 penalties that were not given to us. But I'm not gonna cry. I don't give a shit about our 77 touches, because we failed to score a single goal against a side that conceded 5 goals at Anfield last week. 5 goals. There's something seriously wrong with you if you fail to score a goal after having 30 shots in a game, and that's the correct number. Arsenal had 30 shots on West Ham's goal last night. 30 shots and 0 goals. I didn't even look at the league table till this morning. And imagine my shock when I saw that City, who played 1 game less than us, could get ahead of us if they win their game in hand. And that game is Brentford. How did we end up in this position? So we are technically 3rd at the moment, if City wins their game in hand, of course. And let's say that we drop points against Fulham in our next game, and Aston Villa wins against Burnley, we would then drop to 4th place. Margins are so small in the league this season, with 2 defeats in a row, meaning that you could potentially fall from the 1st place to 4th place, in a blink of an eye. This was supposed to be our year. Clubs are dropping points left and right, and I really thought, yes, we are going to take advantage of that. But 5 games later, what do I see? In our last 5 games, we have 2 wins. 2 wins in 5 games. And some journalists will say that we are the main favorites for the title this season. No, we are not. When you take 2 wins from 5 and you bottle it over and over again in crucial matches, you are not a title favorite. And judging by our current form, we will be fighting for the top 4 finish as the season goes by. If something doesn't change. It would be great if this happened only against West Ham and it's an isolated incident. But this keeps happening to us throughout this season. We control possession, we have the initiative, but we just don't know what to do with the ball. But fortunately for us, so far we managed to score goals in the last minutes, and that would usually hide all our problems, and everyone would forget about the fact that something is simply not right here. Last season we had that urgency, we had that fire in us. It didn't matter who the opponent was, because we knew from the first minute that we were being asked what today's result would be, not them. I believe in this core of players, and most of these guys are still, 21, 22, 23, 24 years old, and their best years are still ahead of them. But at one point, we will need to have those uncomfortable conversations about, are some of these players good enough to take us over the bridge and bring us that long-awaited Premier League title or Champions League? Or maybe our sentiment and love for the project, let's call it that, blurred our vision, and we simply got it wrong. And maybe they can't take us to that next level. You know who I'm talking about. Zinchenko, Trossard, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Nketiah, just to name a few. I mean, I love all of them, and I still think they are all very, very good in what they do. But are they great? I mean, sure, Martinelli is still extremely young, and he has the potential to get better and better, but Trossard, Zinchenko, Jesus, Nketiah, even David Raya, I think this is it. This is probably the best we will see from them. I hope I'm wrong and they'll get even better for us, but I doubt it. My question is it time for us to step it up a level and move to the next phase of this project? And I think we will have answer to that question at the end of the season, depending on if we will win anything. Because we can't keep talking about how we have the best defenders in the league, the best midfielder in the league, the best wingers in the league, and constantly come up short when we needed these players the most. 2 wins in our last 5 games is simply not good enough, and it will only get harder when FA Cup begins, when Champions League returns. We are playing with one true top-class midfielder for the past 4 months, since the beginning of the season actually. Declan Rice. Declan Rice is our only true midfield powerhouse. I don't want to hear about Kai Havertz, he can play there also. Jorginho is good enough, Mohamed Oneni is good enough. Because good enough is not good enough. You get me? And I can already see Manchester City winning their game in hand, which will put us in the 3rd place. And then the panic will start. How is this happening? How is this possible? Blah, blah, blah. We desperately needed to sign another midfielder in the summer. We didn't. Okay, you have Declan Rice and Thomas Partey, who missed 50% of games since he joined the club from Atletico Madrid. And okay, so we decided to rely on Partey to miraculously stay healthy and on Jorginho and Mohamed Oneni to provide you with some cover on the bench. I mean, which serious team is having Jorginho and Oneni as their 2nd and 3rd best options on the bench in 2023-24 season? Which serious team does that? It's like we are provoking this on ourselves. We never fully focus on what is crucial to us and what we desperately need. And then, when it all goes to shit, injuries come, drop off form, then we are all in shock like, what? How is this happening? I would have never predicted this. Same shit over and over again. We've been talking about why Gabriel Jesus is maybe not a long-term solution for this club. I love Jesus. He's a brilliant player. He's the type of player who you pay money for and buy tickets so you can go and watch him live. But first, last season, after starting off brilliantly, he was out since the beginning of December till mid-March. So more than 3 months. When those crucial games came knocking on our door, our main striker was out injured for 3 months. And it's like we haven't learned anything from it. This season, once again, we are refusing to buy another top-class striker. Oh no need for another striker. We have Jesus. And guess what? He was already out for a total of 2 months this season. And we are only in December. He already missed 11 games for us this season. And we are still only in December. And believe me, he will get injured one more time this season. At least. He already had a knee injury and hamstring injury this season. And something will happen again. Something that shouldn't be happening. And once again, if we don't buy a striker this January, we will all sit here and talk about, ooh, it's a shame we haven't bought a striker in January. I can't believe Jesus is out for the season. I mean, who could have predicted that? I'm sick and tired of excuses. We need reinforcements. We need fresh blood. Why is Saka still playing every single game for the full 90 minutes? Nothing against Saka, but guy needs a rest. It's a miracle that he still didn't get injured under Mikel Arteta. I don't understand. How does he not get it? I mean, he worked under Pep Guardiola. You could have seen from the first hand how important it is to have quality options on your bench and to rotate your squad, to keep everyone fresh and healthy. If you ask Arteta, it doesn't matter if it's Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu or Leyton Orient away. Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, let's go, always. And Saliba and Gabriel, of course. That game against PSV Eindhoven away in the Champions League was the best example. Completely meaningless game. And instead of you using that game to give some youngsters a chance to play, you start Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. And later you put Declan Rice on the pitch. What is wrong with him? Things like that are just mind-blowing to me. You already have a thin squad with no quality depth, and then you decide to risk a potential injury in a completely meaningless game. I'm saying all this because our players look to me like they are more tired than usually, and we are only in December. And the thing is, Arteta doesn't trust our bench players. He doesn't trust Emil Smith-Rowe, obviously. Because I can't wrap my head around the fact that he gave Emil Smith-Rowe a 10-12 minute cameo in a game like this, in a game where you desperately needed to make some changes after the first 45 minutes to try and change things and maybe produce that positive shock on the field. And you know what? Smith-Rowe did more in his 10 minutes that he spent on the pitch than Leandro Trossard did in the whole game. The thing is, football is moving so fast today that by the time we finally finish this project, process, whatever, Manchester City and Liverpool have both already started their rebuilding process, and they are well underway to fight it out for another Premier League title. And that is happening while we are still saying to ourselves, we need more time. Things don't happen overnight. And if Liverpool somehow manages to win the title this season, Liverpool, who were in shambles 2 years ago, and now they completely revamped and freshened their squad, bought some new players. If Klopp manages to win the title before us, I would consider it a personal defeat for Mikel Arteta. Same with Pep Guardiola. They basically sold all of their key players that helped them win the treble last season, so basically a complete rebuild. Well, to some extent, we can say. And that same City already has their new generation of talented players lined up and prepared to take over when KDB, Kyle Walker, John Stones, and those older players leave. My point is, why is it all taking so much time with Arsenal? Why can't we act like a serious club for once? We all knew that we need to sign one more midfielder in the summer. What happened? Where did it all go wrong? What's the holdup? We all knew that we need to sign another striker in the summer. Why are we still losing our minds? Because our main striker, Gabriel Jesus, has scored 3 goals so far in the league this season. 3 goals. But he creates a lot and he assists. He has 1 assist so far for us this season. 1 assist so far in the Premier League. And look, I know, we are still only 2 points from Liverpool. We are second on the table. Things aren't that bad. And it's all true, I agree. But nights like this, like last night, will keep happening to us. Again and again if we don't make some changes. Crucially, we need to have a perfect January transfer window. Edu Gaspar needs to bring his A game to the table and do some wonders. Because the time is now. We are trying to win it all, right? And I have a strong feeling that with this current core of players, we will win fuck all at the end of the season. Transfer window is opening in 2 days? Edu Arteta, don't hold up. Bring out the heavy artillery and show that you are serious and that we all want the same thing. Top quality midfielder, a world class midfielder who can make a difference from day one and who can play alongside Declan Rice. Goal scoring striker, so that means a striker who can score goals. Unlike our main striker, who scored 3 goals for us so far this season in the league. And I love Jesus, but I'm just playing the numbers game. It is what it is. Top quality winger. Bring in another winger who can offer some cover for Saka. Because at this rate, the guy will fall apart when he turns 25. So, to finish this off, I don't think it is time for panic. Yet. But this is a crucial transfer window for us. And if we want to stay in the fight for every possible medal and trophy, we must show some ambition. We must be ruthless and Arteta must shake this squad. Because like we already said, the margins are so small this season that 5 victories in a row could catapult you to clear first place and 2 or 3 losses can set you back for the rest of the season. And that is it for today's video. So Gunners, tell me, what are your thoughts? What do you think should change if we want to win everything this season? Or maybe you think that it's all fine and that we shouldn't change anything. If you think that, okay, write down in the comments because I would love to hear you out. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Thank you and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.